Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 19 here on the Hagenstedt map. Let's get back to reliving the glory days. We've just had another growth stage. We've now got very tall sunflowers and they're all facing this way at the moment. Do the sunflowers in this game actually move the heads round to follow the sun as well? I don't know if they do or not, but this is very, very cool. This looks very, very awesome. Whizzing up and down through the field like this, with the sunflowers all around, surrounding the tractor. I mean, yeah, you probably wouldn't actually be doing this in real life, but I don't really care, because I think that looks absolutely fantastic. I think what we will do ready for our next harvest, after this harvest, because this is now the final pass that it's got to do, is we will go and get a second fertilizer spinner, and we'll have two of them working in the field. And he's done that bit again. Why does it do that? I've noticed it does this on quite a lot of different jobs. It will stop. You set it going, and it will do one pass up across the field, and it will come back again. And then it will stop. And it will just leave like one little bit for no real reason. I cannot think why it does it. Now, where did we came up here, didn't we? We came up here and I started there. And it went down through here. So why did it do that? I don't know. It does very strange things on the first pass across the fields. And it frequently happens. It's not a one-off. It frequently happens. It does really weird things like the very first time that it goes across the field. But not any other time. And I've never been able to quite fathom why it feels the need to do such peculiar things. Other than it's just being peculiar for the sake of being peculiar, I guess. I'm going to bring you to there, and I'm going to... That's probably not even close to where it needed to go. Let's have a look. Oh! Okay, that was actually pretty close to where it needed to go. So we are 20 past 3. Let's start speeding time up now, just a wee smidgen, and see how long it's going to take for the final growth stage to get here. It shouldn't be very long now. I'm going to fill this fertilizer spinner all the way back up to the brim again. And then before we actually need the fertilizer spinner again, we'll go and buy another one. Then we can have two of them working in the field. Just speeds everything up just a little tiny bit, doesn't it? It's not like a huge game-changing kind of experience on any of it, but it does help a little bit. There, we'll chuck that bit in there. I'm going to leave it just attached to this tractor for now, because I don't really need it to be doing any different. And you come back into the shed right here, and then that combine over there is ready and raring to go. We will change you over here, and we will have you going round. We'll do it like that. Let's go and have a look in here. Turn angle is correct. Wait during unload is switched off. And it is... half past, it's coming up to 4 o'clock. So I'm actually thinking we won't do anything now. We will go up here. I will run out this side. I'm going to stand here a second. We're just going to jump up on here, and we'll be able to see the changing of the guard down there. The trooping of the colour, or whatever you want to call it, as all of that yellow disappears and the crop takes on a more bedraggled approach. And that is the dark green, isn't it? Yeah. Right, that's all dark green in there. Field 17 has now been harvested. We're getting absolutely nothing to do with that whatsoever. And are we ready yet? Still not changed over. It's about 7 o'clock, I think, that we get to go to sleep. 6... Is it 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock? I think it might be 7 o'clock. So we'll fast forward right through the night, and we'll do it as long a night as we can. Oh, there we go. We could start harvesting now, at 5 o'clock in the evening, or nearly 6 o'clock. I'm not going to. I have no interest in doing that. What I'd like to do is I'd like to have a fresh start at the beginning of the day when things is looking a little bit better. I can't pick this one up and move it round. That one's just got to stay exactly where it is. I'd like to sleep over that side. It'd be a bit quicker. I'm kind of tempted to bring the lawnmower around here and just put the lawnmower over there so I don't have so far to walk each time. Make life a little bit easier for us, just because I'm that lazy. I'll be honest with you, though. It's not like we've got to go very far, is it? Just running around to this side of the house. Now, it's 7 o'clock. Can we go to sleep at 7? Yes, we can. We will put that to as long... Okay, 14 hours of sleep, like that. So that'll take us through until, like, what, 10 o'clock-ish? Something like that. Property maintenance, 4,300 overnight there. So we're down to just under 30 grand now. Great demand at Central Grain Elevator. What are you great demanding, by the way? Oh, wait a minute. I need to slow that down to 1x speed now. Great demand at Central... Wow! Wow, look at that. 3,000? Canola, the highest price I've seen for canola at the moment is 2,300. We've literally... That's kind of frustrating. That's kind of a little bit frustrating because we've only just gone and sold everything there. And we sold everything, I mean, I think we were getting like 2,100 or something along those lines. But we could have, like, we could have had an extra 1,000 per 1,000 litres. In theory, on that. This one here at the restaurant is still climbing, so maybe a bit later on. If it gets to 2,500, that is enough for me for selling sunflowers. As long as it's within 10% of our highest price ever, I'm quite happy for it. So I'm going to bring this one along over to here, and you're going to go. Away you go, like that. You're going to go round the outside of the field couple times, and then we'll have you working up and down in the middle of the field. It's going to do 15k whizzing up and down across here. As soon as this is finished, we're going to be putting beans in here. Beans is our next crop. We want to be putting, yeah, soybeans is going in next. Soybean price at the moment at the transport company is within accepted parameters for selling. But yeah, we're going to go with soybeans next. That's next on the list. We're just working our way through the list. So as soon as we finish this field, we'll get the 2 cultivators in here. We will start cultivating this field, and then we can get the planter going as soon as we can after that. The planter, as we've seen, plants fairly rapidly, so we're not going to have to worry too much about that. Curious what we're going to get as yield in here, how it compares to the little tiny field. Because the little tiny field, we had about 10,000 litres off of that one, and that was 1.5 hectares, wasn't it? That field over there, by the field 12 over there. Looking at the size of the field there compared to that, I'd say that it's close to the same kind of area, really. Maybe marginally more on this one than there is on that one down there. There's not a lot in it. There really isn't. It's going to be pretty close. But I don't know what the situation was with fertilizer and stuff down on the bottom field. So it's going to be interesting to find out on this one how much more we get than the 10,000 litres that we had off of the field down there. Like, is this going to be, like, double that amount? Are we going to end up with, like, some mega yield on here? Can't really judge it by just how many, you know, going around the field, because this is such a long field compared to, you know, the other one's near perfect square. This is a long rectangle. So once around this one is going to be quite a bit more grain and that picked up than it was the first one. I'm going to put trailers on this one today. Not going to put trailers on you. You're going to have a cultivator, the argon. So I'm going to need to take that fertilizer spinner off. And I go up this side. And you'll have the trailers on. I think when we get to the top field, I might just unhitch the trailers and leave them there. It depends how the cultivators get on. As soon as the cultivators are finished on this bottom field, I will start this tractor here with the planting, so we get that job done as quickly as we possibly can. That's the idea on there. Then I'm going to run up here. We're on 68%. It'll achieve 100% somewhere along the bottom end. So I figured if I go running around here quick now and get some of that grain unloaded, it'll be able to do a second pass along the bottom end of the field. We'll take some of that out, and then we can, like here. Right. Okay, I've only taken off 700 litres, but that's enough. That combine's backing up there, and... Right. He's away. He can go. That one, he'll just run along the bottom end. I'm not going to try and unload as he goes along the bottom end here. I just want it to get over to that corner over there, and then I will start following him. He probably could have done that without me having to unload any of it, actually. Yes, he could have. In hindsight, I didn't need to worry about that, but we did it. It's fine. And that one's going to swing round that corner right there. Are you going to actually swing round? Yes, you are. You're going to swing round there, and you're going to keep that one going just fine. So now I will whiz up alongside it, and I'm going to load the back trailer first, because I'm absolutely certain that we're going to get more than the 10,000 litres. I reckon the one down the bottom possibly had one round of fertilizer on it. I don't think it didn't feel like it was going at maximum yield, right? I mean, they never do that. Unless you are doing a load of contracts, like I have seen it before, where if you do lots of contracts and you keep up with all of the fertilizer contracts, you can get 2 rounds of, like, you can get all the fertilizer you need onto one of those fields, and you can then go and when you do the combining job, you end up getting more, but you end up getting to keep more of it for yourself rather than it having to be taken off and put somewhere else. I'm going to leave that tractor right there for a second. I'm going to bring you over this way. And I'm going to do exactly the same as I did on the other field. As we travel down this side, I'm going to put it to standard hired help option. Twice across the top and the bottom, I think, is sufficient. So I'm just going to bring you over here. I'm going to switch it over manually right now, as it's sort of sticking out a bit right here. That seems like the ideal place to put it so that we don't miss any of our sunflowers. We'll put it right there. So then I go into here, and I go boom, boom, like that, straight like a normal worker, and press H on there. So he will run straight down across the field there. He did adjust himself slightly on the end of the field up there. I don't quite know why it adjusted that, but that's fine. Let it go and do that. We don't really mind. It's still doing its 15k, which is excellent. So we're getting a good rate of coverage racing across the field here. Our next harvest is going to be with the standard header, and the standard header, obviously, it's slower than this. How wide was it? Standard header is 5 meters. This one is wider and half as fast, wider and 50% faster as well. So nothing is going to compare, like that power string there is in no way going to be able to compare to the speed at which we can harvest sunflowers. Sunflowers are sort of the king of harvesting as far as this particular combine is concerned. This is why I'm sort of thinking another combine would be great. Again, it's one of those things that we don't want to do until we've gotten more land. Another combine, 32,000 for that one. And then the actual combine itself, 105 there. So we're looking at 140 grand, thereabouts. That would be great. So we spend 140,000 on that one. We want another tractor. That's going to be like 120,000. We go for that stayer. I mean, we could just go with another one of these tractors right here, these Fendts. That's 76,000. So that's what, 25, 30, 40, yeah, that's about 40 grand cheaper than that stayer that I was looking at. That one in here, that one there. The Profi, and if we go for the bigger engine, like extra 30 horsepower on there, It's 117,000. So, yeah, which way do we go? There's like 42 grand more for this tractor compared to the other one. 175 horsepower. But this tractor in here, go back to it, it's not the strongest tractor, is it? We've already seen that. That's only 150, so there's 25 horsepower less. Although that's 93,000 now, so, you know, when you upgrade the... when you upgrade the engine, so that we go for the actual full-powered engine on this tractor, the price difference between this one and the Steyr is a lot more marginal. There's a lot less in it, and it sort of makes me think that maybe we would be better off just buying the Steyr. So we want that field first. We want tractor second, I would say, so that we can work that field more efficiently, more quickly. We can get things done faster. The Sami Argon, we will be able to part exchange that one in, so that we will get a little bit of money coming back from that one in order to be able to get the bigger tractors. And then after that, we're just kind of looking at, well, upgrading our machinery as rapidly as we can. Right, you can turn around and go back up through. You've unloaded enough now. You've got 800 litres on board still, but at the moment this is absolutely fine. So I go racing all the way down here. And then I want to see roughly what I can get for that Sami Argon. What am I going to get if I try to sell that one at the shop? You down here. At that. Okay, let's pause there a second. Go into the garage. You right there. 13 grand. Probably, what, is 15 grand maybe for that one? 15,000 there. Well, that's gonna, if we go and have a look at the Steyr again, this is the one that I'm thinking of. 15,000 off of this one. See, once we've gone for the bigger engine on here. Global positioning system. No, we don't want the front loader. We'll have standard wheels on here at the moment. Wow, twins are expensive. Those are 3,000 for those. Wides are 2,000. Just standard wheel weights. Yeah, we would just go with this. But with the other money coming, with the money coming in from the other tractor, it's only just over 100,000 for this tractor. 100,000 for a tractor is a lot more like it. That's pretty good actually, and it's a 175 horsepower tractor. So we get a reasonable. I'd say that was a reasonable bargain for that tractor. Just over 100,000 is what we'd end up having to spend out for that one right there. That's very reasonable. Very, very reasonable indeed. I like that. I'm thinking that would be a really good idea. You at your 200,000, we can't get that. So we're looking at 200,000 for the field, and then another 100,000 for the tractor, and then another 140,000 for the second combine. Having two combines means that when we're doing our harvests, there's going to be less of this. There's going to be less of just sitting, staring at the combine, running up and down the field, waiting for it to fill up. This is why I like having two combines, because, yeah, it's really good, and if I'm doing a time-lapse, it's fantastic, because I can just watch it, and that is time-lapse. But when I'm not doing time-lapse, this is tedious. This is dull. We don't want to be sat here just staring at this thing. We want to get a move on, and we want to actually harvest and then move on to other things. We want to quickly roll through everything that we're supposed to be doing here. Like, we need to be already thinking about planting. You know, I'll tell you what, we could actually start thinking about planting the beans right now. So I want to go to you, no, yes. That's the one that I want. I want the Rau Polymag right there. I'm going to bring you out round this way. I'm going to unfold that bad boy there. I'm actually going to go and repair this one a minute. I'm going to look at repairing the tractor at the same time. Combine is getting towards full. So we're going to have a look in here. So I'll repair you for 70 and you for 24. Good job I did do that. That would have been expensive. Are you going to get down to the end before you fill up? I kind of hope you do. Right. Go to you. I'll run this one over to the corner. I just want to go to the corner of the field right here, and I'm going to start this one doing the cultivating already. It's just going to be working its way up and down the field. I'm not going to do anything else. Just going to start it on this side over here and let it go. We're going to Elsa this bad boy right here. And that combine has not reached the end of the field. You can start there. So close. So very close. Right, I've got to take 10% of the grain off the combine before it will actually move. Like, if I just go and take... Well, I think I do. If I just go under here and... Oh, no. It's going to move anyway. Right. I'll let it go there, and we'll do that. I have taken 10% of the grain off anyway, so I don't need to worry about it. You're going to go in there, and you're going to turn round, and then once you've turned round, we can follow you up across the field, and we will unload this. We are going to be way over 10,000 litres of sunflowers in here. So we've definitely got a much higher yield per hectare on this field than we had from the one we did the paid job down the bottom. Let's try and stop snaking backwards and forwards here a bit. And also, let's not have the spout directly over where the two trailers are hitched together. It's not really going to work out very well for us. I'd like to just run it like this. That would be much better if we can. I will get this one, this front back trailer, sorry. This one can be filled up completely. What should we got in here? How much space have we got left? 11,000. Come on. What's been... There it is. Right, that one's completely full. And then we can do the front trailer right here. Get that one completely emptied as well. And then as soon as that has done... Actually, am I going to be able to unload everything? Yes, I am. It is going to do it. Well, sort of did it. It's left a little bit in there because I kept moving forwards, but that's fine. If I run back down this end, I mean, I don't need to be down this end. I can just run in the crop and do it. We know that we can do that. I'm already on 13,000 litres of sunflowers from this field, and we've got at least another tankful, possibly 2 tankfuls. I think I'm going to end up filling these trailers completely, and then having more besides on this field here. I think we're going to do all right with this. We're going to do very all right with this. I'm semi-tempted to sort of go and sell the Sammy and get another one of these tractors, because this tractor copes with the cultivator a lot better than that Sammy Argon does. It's able to do this job a lot better. You know what? I don't think we will. You can keep running now. I'm just going to leave you going like that. This one over here, though, I'm going to lower that down. I'm going to take that off, and I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to go and get this cultivator. Not going to start cultivating yet. I'm just going to hitch it on so that it is ready, and we can start racing this one downside the field next to sunflowers, or not next to. It went once the sunflowers are finished. See? Look at the balance on that. It's terrible. I'll repair it as well. We'll run over here and we'll repair everything. Don't quite know where the boundaries of the workshop are, but they're around here somewhere. So I want to repair that one, yes, and I want to repair that one, most definitely yes, and I want to repair that one as well. Okay, it's not even going to let me. I'm not even allowed to repair that one. It's such a small amount of damage that has been done that it's just not allowing me to do it at all. So you cannot turn off the repair bits. Like, it stays still repairing. I've turned the dirt off, and I don't have dirt sort of operational on here anymore. But I can't turn off any, the repairing function of the game. That doesn't seem to be something that I can remove, unfortunately. I would like to have been able to remove it. I'll bring you over so you're not in the way of our cultivator. I need to keep that cultivator going. And the combine down there. We're on 50% on that one. I said I thought there was going to be 2 more, thingies full on this one. I don't think there is going to be another 2 tanks full. I think we're going to get 1 tank full, and then there's going to be a little bit extra besides. Probably, though, it will fill up the 2 trailers that we've got, and so we'll have to go and empty out and then come back just for the last little bit. It's not like it's not going to be a great hardship on that. What are the prices? 2,360. This transport company is coming up quite rapidly. It's a shame that we don't have that great demand over here and giving us way more than we've ever seen before. That would be absolutely fantastic. But I do like the fact that the restaurant is still climbing. It's got to go up another 140 to fall within the range of 10% below the maximum yield that I've seen. 2,800. So it's actually got to be 2,520 to be within that range. But we'll let the restaurant number just keep going until it reaches whatever maximum it's going to be, and that might be all we need to do. You're now full. So there's another 3,720 litres in there. I'll run down beside this all the way down to the bottom of the field. Start you up. And by the time we get down to the bottom, with the extra that it harvests while we're racing down through there, we will just about be full trailer here, I think. Not quite. We may end up getting everything from this field into the 2 trailers. But, like I said, the one down the bottom, we ended up, like, it was just over 10,000 litres from that one down there. This one here, it does look like we're going to be almost double the amount coming out of this field. Now, this field is a little bit bigger than the one down there, and if you sort of look at it, you'd have to measure it very carefully. I don't know how we could find out without. I guess what you could do is you could put a machine going in here, and then it will tell you in the data sheet just how much it's done, like hectares wise, and then that's all you need to sort of concern yourself with. I don't know if there's a way that I can go and measure that somewhere. 1,800 here. I'm gonna stop there, like that. Move back a little bit so I'm not in the way of that combine. And then if we go and have a look in here, the information is in this one, the statistics. Right, so we've got worked hectares in this section. Right, that's worked hectares total. Cultivated hectares total is 1.62. So it's harvested there. That's also including the bit that we've already done. So that would, or is it? Does that include paid jobs? Fertilized hectares, I don't know if that just does the stuff from the fertilizer spinner or if that also includes other as well. We've got 39 minutes of harvest time. Sown, ploughed, cultivated, worked, harvested up to 1.9. Now, field 12 over there, when we were looking at it previously, have we got a job at the moment for field 12? It was... no. Right, we don't have a job for field 12. It was about 1.5 hectares, I think. 1.4 hectares, something like that. I don't really remember. So we don't want to go soil comms. We want to go to growth like this. We've got field 12 there. And we got this one here. So, like, the distance on there. This is a bigger field. But it's like, how much bigger is it? Hang on a minute. I'm gonna like I'm using like a bit of paper here. I think we've relived enough glory days just for a moment. We're gonna take a breather. We're gonna have a little bite to eat, and then we can get back to it nice and refreshed and relive a few more glory days. There should be some names coming up right now that you can have a look at. It's names of people who are in the Great Book of Names, people who have supported this channel, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So if you've enjoyed this episode, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.